Hello. Well, alright, I keep forgetting to look up there, don't I? Anyway, this is a wee story about uh, being out in my 21 foot boat quite a lot. Excellent. We've been out fishing, we've done loads of stuff. Yeah. Anyway, I've been having so much trouble putting it back on the trailer, and after me being a novice, trying to sort the boat out. More in the water, less in the water, the back wheels of the trailer in the water, the front wheels all the way in. Just wouldn't work. Every time the boat comes onto the trailer, it's kinking to basically to the left hand side, and I keep digging the bottom of the keel, the side of the keel on the centre roller. So we'd done so many things. Anyway, my daughter and her family were over for a few days, and her husband, who's a mechanic, started measuring things underneath and found out that I've got 1, 2, 3 or 4 sets of rollers, self-centering rollers. Okay. The front set was 2.5 inches out of each other, so one would be here, the other supposed to be there, but it was over there, so closer to the edge of the trailer, so it was kinking it run. So what we did was we how do you call it, we jacked the front of the boat up, adjusted them so they're in line with each other and in line with the centre of the trailer, positioned the boat by, lifting the back, lifting the front, lifting the back, lifting the front, so on and so forth, until we got it right. Now, there's like a planing surface, or it could be called a chine, that goes along underneath the hull, and sort of goes in to itself, like so. Anyway, so we done all that and it's looking good, but we've moved the back rollers and the second set of rollers coming from the back out further as well. And then I was mucking about underneath the boat having a look at what scratches we've got because of getting the boat on a bloody trailer out of the water. Anyway, it looks fine that we've moved things that they are symmetrical to each other. I hope that's the right word. I was thrown out of school when I was 15, so I'm not as clever as a lot of you people. But I've got a slight concern that the front of the boat, when it comes to the trailer, might sort of dig in slightly. So I'm proposing to move the rear roller guides, or whatever you call them, whether it's a bank of 5 or 6 double blue big heavy duty rollers, move them in slightly, which raises the back of the boat as well, so it keeps the boat off there's 3 central rollers, long rollers that what they call keel rollers, I suppose, and the other ones are on the hull itself. Move them back in slightly so that when the boat comes on to the trailer, it's going to just give it a little bit, just to help it on. So that's what we've been doing. I still think, I think when I bought the boat, what they did was they just took it off the truck where it was transported from Poland, put it straight onto the trailer, and that be that. Everything was all tight, so nothing had loosened or went out of line that way. So we're hoping that that's going to sort the problem. It's so easy to launch the boat, and it's a real joy to go up and down the River Suir, which is a huge river that meets up with another river called the Barra, and then goes into the bay or estuary of the Shure Estuary, I think it's called, or Waterford Estuary, into the Celtic Sea, then the Atlantic Ocean. The boat performs well. We were out in quite a heavy swell, me and the wife. We had friends on another boat that were just keeping an eye on us because we are still novices. Got all the gear, the life jacket, blowing up the whole life jacket and stuff, So that was amusing. But the swell was, we were sitting like in the boat, and you could see the swell. It was gentle, and the boat would be like so, and the water was up there. Then it would be like so, and then it would settle down. Then it would go back up. So what I did was, I just started the engine, give it a little bit of tick over to turn into the swell, and that was fine. But after a few minutes, it turned beam on again. So my friend recommended a sea anchor. That might help, but we wouldn't normally be out in a swell like that. When we were in a place called Dungarvan Bay, which is a huge bay, it was fine. It was like glass, or glass, where I come from. I'm really posh now. But when we went out into the ocean itself, there was all a swell. Anyway, my friend, he was in a 16, 17 foot boat, and his boat stayed into the swell. And when I was chatting to him, he reckoned that because he's got such a heavy engine for a 16 foot boat, he's got a 90 horsepower old Suzuki, big engine. It's bigger than my 100 horsepower. It's that big, it's physically a big heavy thing. And he had 3 men on it, whereas it was just me and the wife on my 21 foot boat. He reckoned because of that, his was sitting into the swell, so it was going up and down across the swell, whereas we kept turning beam on. And so that was an experience. Absolutely loved it. We've been out in the ocean a couple of times, not a problem. We've been launching from a place called Helvik, which is predominantly Gaelic, Irish Gaelic speaking people. And when I went down there, I thought, I'm not going to get a very good reception here. But in all honesty, they couldn't have been nicer. The fisherman, the harbour master, you're Scottish, sound, yeah, put your boat there, blah, 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 not a problem, fantastic, park your car and your trailer over there, whatever, great fun. And the harbour master was saying, if you've got the rope, you're more than welcome to park on looking at the ocean. You can park your boat, or moor your boat, on the left hand side, because because it's a working harbour, all the fishing boats are moored on the right hand side and round towards the entrance. It's water, there's enough water in there to launch most probably the whole part of the tide, the whole sequence of the tide. Even when we launched, it wasn't low tide, but it wasn't far off it. It just started to turn, and we reversed straight in a huge, big, wide ramp. Excellent, lots of grip with the concrete with the ribs on it. And I knew that the tide was well out because you could see the seaweed and scum, the green stuff at the bottom. So I made sure that the rear wheels of my car didn't go down too far. Obviously, my car is a 4-wheel drive pickup. And I took other little precautions, put it into 4-wheel drive low, and I've got these things from my off-roading that they're mats that you open out, and they're all rubber and held on with metal. Put them under the front wheels just in case I didn't get traction. Not a problem. The boat went straight in the water, went out. Also, yeah, we've got the fuel tank on our boat is 75 litres, about 17 gallon. I've been out in the ocean a couple of times, not gone far, 2 or 3 mile off the coast, and mucking about in Dungarvan Bay. We've been up and down the River Shure for 20 odd mile and stuff, and 15 mile because there's a big bridge each way, a couple of 3 times up and down that. And we're not even on half a tank yet. I think that's incredible for a boat, because it's run in now, the main engine. I'm still running the auxiliary, the 6 horsepower, but the main engine I've took it up to, what was it, 4,500 revs, and I got to, now I don't know if it's knots or miles because I've not looked at that properly, but speed over ground, it was saying 27 point something. And that's well fast for me. I was thinking, oh dearie me, I'm in a racing car here, a racing boat. And excellent. So on fuel, the new lean burn Suzuki is fantastic. But I just wanted to talk, I'm digressing again, I do that a lot. Excuse me. A little bit of Rosie Lee, you can't beat a cup of tea, laddies and ladettes. Nature's nectar, that is. And it's Yorkshire tea bags. Fantastico, brilliante. Yeah, I just wanted to let people know we're out and about every opportunity that we can get. The weather's starting to change a little bit in Southern Ireland at the moment, but we can still get on the river. But the trailer, I can't believe, I paid, what, £3,200? To me that's a lot of money. Just for a epoxy trailer, twin wheelbase trailer, 2,400 kilo, I think it's the max on it. The boat's only 800 kilo plus the engines, etc. Well inside it. My car tows on the tow bar, it'll tow 3.5 ton. That's not a problem. But I just thought, not very good, the idea of me and my son-in-law, who's a good lad, right enough, getting under a epoxy boat at the side of the garage, adjusting all this stuff. Shouldn't be down to us. And the reason I'm telling you all this is, if anybody out there in YouTube land knows the proper way, forget about all these angles and dangles and measurements, just by eye, where the rear of the boat should sit, I would be eternally grateful. And that's it. So thank you very much for your patience. God, I'm on to 12 minutes 43 seconds. That's an awful lot. God, I didn't know I could grab it as much. Anyway, I hope everybody or anybody can help me out in this. And just one more note, there's a lad I watch on YouTube, he lives in Crete, and he's not well at the moment. So it's, I always get this wrong, but I think it's Boats, Guitars and Rock and Roll is his channel. I always get the name wrong, but he sounds a really good lad. He was in a band called Doctor and the Medics, I believe, years ago. And he's not very well, so go and subscribe to his channel. He's got a lot of good information, taught me a lot just by watching him. So if you've got a little bit of time sitting there on that old internet, or some people say the interweb, give him a little hit on there, subscribe to him, because sound is a pound. Anyway, all the best, Kim and a ha, bye bye.